Hello and welcome to SGPN's A Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog fantasy pick and plays for Thursday, May 8th, 2025. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with the promo code DailyDog, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com. Get a 50% deposit match bonus. That is the best promo code out there, so you might as well use the promo code from Daily Dog. Yesterday did not go our way, but that means that there's going to be more opportunity in the future. You know, we had a bad day yesterday after a couple good weeks of winning slips every day. Yesterday was not quite it for me. That doesn't mean I'm not back at it again with more hot slips, hot entries for Underdog Fantasy today. Use the promos. If you're on the app, you probably have 60% boost token and stuff like that. Just check it out. If you've not done so yet, there's new stuff every day. And also, I got to say, the quality of these playoff games we've been getting have been amazing. We've also got good baseball games, but that's kind of all omnipresent thing with the amount of games there is. There's a good game basically every day. But in the NBA and NHL playoffs, I mean, come on. Yesterday we had the Knicks get the second win in a row in the Garden in Boston. Absolutely insane. Jalen Brunson ice in his veins. Not a huge game, but he gets it done. Obviously, Thunder killed the Nuggets, but that's what's expected, I think, in that spot after the Nuggets had already stolen home court advantage. And then in hockey yesterday, Maple Leafs, Panthers, close game. Maple Leafs score 4. Panthers scored 3. A lot of goals there. And then the Jets, in a tight game, Mikko Rantanen has a crazy second period. The Stars win 3-2. Hat trick from Rantanen in the third period, or in the second period for that one. So really close games in the NHL as well. Obviously, there's tons of good NBA games, as I said. And you know what? I should give you my entries for today and not just wax poetically about the games you all watched last night. So let's go to MLB entry number 1. Austin Riley, higher than 1.5 total bases against Nick Lodolo, the lefty. I like Riley against lefties. That's nothing too crazy. I mean, that's not outlandish. I think that's pretty obvious that you should be trying to target Austin Riley against lefties. And also just the bullpen is bad for the Reds, so you get extra opportunities versus some weak arms with this team. Then let's go on to our second entry, and this is Freddie Freeman, higher than 1.5 total bases. One of the NL slugging leaders since mid-April. Freddie is just, he's a beast. It's so funny that the Braves let him walk, and they're like, yeah, we're good. We don't need him. It's like, dude, he's a Hall of Famer, and he's not over his prime. He is still very, very good. And also, there is a little controversy. Did they actually let him walk, or did his agent do some things to get him to LA? I feel like there was maybe some foul play by the agent telling Freddie that the Braves didn't offer him enough or whatever. But hey, I'm happy to have him in LA. I mean, yesterday you had a triple. He had 3 hits yesterday, had 2 hits the game before, 2 hits the game before. I think that he had home runs in 2 out of 3 games in Miami. I think that Freddie is going to be just fine going to Chase Field in Phoenix there. Higher than 1.5 total bases for Freddie Freeman, higher than 1.5 total bases for Austin Riley. That is a 3x multiplier. MLB entry number 2, Yandy Diaz, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Against Luzardo. Luzardo's obviously having a great season for the Phillies. Yandy Diaz, though, 5 of 10 with 2 singles and 3 doubles in this matchup. He's been walked once as well. So he's got 12 plate appearances, 10 at-bats, got a hit on 50% of those. Let's see if that keeps up. Luzardo has found a new level this season, but again, sometimes hitters don't forget. Shout out to my buddy who coined that phrase. Hitters don't forget. I think Yandy Diaz is going to get a hit in a run or an RBI in here. So higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for Yandy Diaz. And then Bichette, higher than 0 or higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs against Jose Soriano. He's only faced him once. He got a single in that one at bat. Let's see if he can keep that up. Again, I think there's going to be runs available for this team again. Just the Angels get a heartbreak or a gut-wrenching win last night. They win the bottom of the 9th. That was good for them. But again, I think there's going to be 4 or 5 runs available for the Rays or the Blue Jays in this game. If that happens, Bichette is probably going to be contributing as the leadoff man. This is just a 2.24x multiplier, but again, it's not about the biggest entry. It's about winning entries. NBA entry number 1. No Steph Curry for the Warriors. Seems like the series is done, but that doesn't mean they don't have other guys that can step up and make plays. Draymond Green, higher than 9.5 points. I know Draymond is a little bit of a lightning rod. I don't think that is controversial to say that Draymond's a lightning rod, but he can get up there and score in certain situations. I'm not going to count on him to have double-digit points on a regular basis, but in this spot, Draymond higher than 9.5 points, hit a couple 3-pointers, and you'll be right there, buddy. Get a couple free throws, higher than 9.5 points for Draymond Green. And then Anthony Edwards, got to take the star, higher than 27.5 points for the T-Wolves. I think that they're out for blood. I think that their shooting has to turn around. Anthony Edwards' shooting has to turn around. Hit 4 or 5 3-pointers here, and we are right on our way. So Anthony Edwards, I expect him to have another big game here. That is a 3x multiplier. NBA entry number 2. We're going back to another gentleman from the Golden State Warriors who needs to pick up his game. That is Brandin Podziemski. I know, he's a fourth fiddle at least on this team, but he can shoot the 3-pointer at times. It's not every game, not consistent. I mean, last game he was 1 of 5. The previous game he was 1 of 7. Previous game he was 2 of 6, 2 of 4. But he did have a 6 of 11 3-point game against Houston, and he also had a 3 of 8 game against Houston. I think he can get one of those games here. So give me Brandin Podziemski higher than 2.5 3-pointers made. Then I'm going to go with Rudy Gobert on the other side, higher than 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Probably get 14, 15 rebounds, get a couple points, maybe a couple assists just for fun in there. And he will be on his way. So higher than 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Rudy Gobert, who's one of the unsung heroes of this team. 3.63x multiplier. NHL entry number 1. Frederik Andersen only allowed 1 goal in game 1 in Washington. I think he is allowing higher than 2.5 in this one against the Capitals. I really like the Capitals to rebound here and win one of these games at home. I think Frederik Andersen played great game 1. He didn't have to face too many shots. I think that is going to change in this one. Give me Frederik Andersen higher than 2.5 goals allowed. And then I'm like a broken record, but I don't really care because it usually pays off. I'm going to go with Leon Draisaitl higher than 0.5 goals against the Golden Knights. I think the Golden Knights are in trouble. I've said that. I think that the series is going Oilers' way. They've got momentum and they're getting hot at the right time of year. I don't think there's enough offensive weapons for the Golden Knights to get through here. I don't think their goaltending. I don't think Hayden Hill can hold up against the speed of the attack that the Oilers can mount. They can just turn it on in an instant. So that is a 3.39x multiplier with Frederik Andersen higher than 2.5 goals and Leon Draisaitl higher than 0.5 goals. NHL entry number 2, Alex Ovechkin higher than 0.5 goals. I think he's going to get one of those 3 or more goals scored on Frederik Andersen. Ovi needs to turn it on in the postseason, needs to turn it on this playoff game. This series cannot go on without him leaving his mark on it. He needs a goal here. Give me Alex Ovechkin higher than 0.5 goals. And then I am going to take Thomas Hertl of the Vegas Golden Knights higher than 0.5 points. Just feels like a pretty good opportunity for him to get on the score sheet. Again, I think there'll be some goals scored by Vegas. I just think that, there's going to be 3, 4, 5 goals scored by the Oilers and like 2 or 3 for the Golden Knights. I think Hertl is going to have his fingerprints on this one, though. So higher than 0.5 points for him, higher than 0.5 goals for Alex Ovechkin, 3.15x multiplier. Pitchers, number 1, Jesus Luzardo plus Ryan Pepio, higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. I am actually, I think that there's a good chance Pepio gives up a home run early to Schwarber or someone else. Luzardo, maybe. I mean, I told you Yandy Diaz has a good experience against him. Some other guys have hit him well in the past as well. So I think they would get a little bit of a little bonus here on this number. So give me Luzardo and Pepio higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed, because I think Pepio has a high chance of giving up one. And then Luzardo, it's possible, it's just possible. Then Yoshinobu Yamamoto versus Brandin Pfaadt, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. I think Yamamoto is going to get through the top of this D-backs lineup, and I think Pfaadt will be okay the first time through. It's when we get to the second or third time through is when you start getting beat up a little bit. There are 3.15x multiplier on that one. Pitchers, number 2, Nick Lodolo, Spencer Schwellenbach, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Schwellenbach, good pitcher. Reds, strike out a ton. Lodolo, again, he's only got to go. He's going against a bunch of left-handed hitters at the top of this order. Well, not a bunch, but enough that it could be in his favor. And also, I think he can get through them once as well. I think that maybe their damage starts in the 4th or 5th inning. So lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed there. Bassett plus Soriano, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. I just don't think these offenses are clicking right now. I mean, my God. It was a 4-5 game yesterday in LA or in Anaheim, but it was a 0-0 after the first 5 innings. I think that these batters can take some time to get warmed up. So lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed in that one. 2.51x multiplier for those 2 games, the Reds-Braves game and the Blue Jays Angels game, 2.51x. Lotto entry number 1, getting deep in the bag. Jonathan Kuminga higher than 12.5 points. Somebody's got to score. Let's go Kuminga. Unlock Kuminga off the bench because they need to actually use him now. Connor McDavid higher than 0.5 goals. I know that we always talk about Draisaitl, but McDavid can score too. Hai-Sung Kim higher than 0.5 stolen bases in the Dome at Chase Field. 42.52x multiplier or 21.26x/5.49x flex. Take advantage of these flex opportunities. Dong Squad, Kyle Schwarber higher than 0.5 home runs. Freddie Freeman higher than 0.5 home runs. Jorge Soler higher than 0.5 home runs. 72.3x, flex it, 36.15x or 6.8x flex. We hit a flex earlier this week. It's paying for 8 more flex entries in the Dong Squad. So keep it up. Let's go Dong Squad. All right, that's all I got for you today. Good luck on your picks, and let's make some money.